The sun had already set, and the sky was a deep shade of purple when Melanie stood in front of her mirror, adjusting her dress for what felt like the 100th time. She wasn't sure why she was so nervous. After all, it was just a small party and her friends would be there. But this was her first real high school gathering, and she wanted everything to be perfect. "Are you ready, Mel?" her mom called from downstairs. "Yeah, almost," Melanie called back, taking one last look at herself. Her dark brown hair fell in soft waves over her shoulders, and her light blue dress made her feel confident, though a small knot of anxiety still sat in her stomach. She grabbed her phone and headed downstairs. Her mom was waiting by the door, smiling as always. "You look beautiful," her mom said warmly. "Have fun tonight and remember, I'll pick you up at 10. "Thanks, Mom," Melanie said with a smile, though the butterflies in her stomach refused to go away. The drive to the party felt longer than it should have, even though it was only 10 minutes from her house. Melanie stared out the window, watching the streetlights flash by. When they finally pulled up to Sarah's house, Melanie could already hear the distant sound of music and laughter. Her heart sped up. "You're going to be great," her mom said reassuringly. "Just be yourself." Melanie nodded and stepped out of the car, clutching her phone tightly in her hand. As she walked up the driveway, she saw a few people she recognized from school standing by the front porch. They were laughing, already in the middle of their conversations, and for a brief moment, Melanie wondered if anyone would notice if she turned around and went home. But before she could overthink it, the front door swung open and Sarah, her best friend, stepped out with a big grin on her face. "Melanie, you made it," Sarah called, waving her over. Melanie's nerves eased a little as she walked up to Sarah. "Yeah, I'm here," she said, trying to sound casual. Sarah hugged her quickly and pulled her inside. The house was full of people, though it wasn't too crowded. The lights were dim, and music played softly in the background. The living room had been cleared out to make space for people to dance and hang out, while the kitchen was filled with snacks and drinks. "I'm so glad you came," Sarah said, leading her to the kitchen. "I was worried you'd change your mind." "I almost did," Melanie admitted with a small laugh. "But I'm here now." "Well, come on. Let me introduce you to everyone." Melanie followed Sarah through the house, meeting people she had seen in the hallways at school but had never spoken to. There was Jason, the guy from her math class who always had his headphones on. Then there was Lily, who was on the volleyball team and seemed to know everyone in the room. Melanie was surprised at how friendly everyone was. It wasn't as intimidating as she had imagined. As the night went on, Melanie found herself relaxing. She grabbed a soda and some chips from the kitchen and joined a group of girls sitting on the couch. They were chatting about the latest drama at school, and before long Melanie was laughing along with them, feeling more and more like she belonged. "Hey, we're going to play a game," Sarah called out from the other side of the room. "Come join us." Melanie hesitated for a second, but then got up and made her way over to the group gathered around a coffee table. They were playing a card game she had never seen before, but Sarah quickly explained the rules. It was simple and fun, and before long Melanie was caught up in the excitement. Hours seemed to fly by, and Melanie was surprised at how comfortable she felt. She had always been a little shy at school, sticking mostly to her small group of friends. But tonight was different. She was talking to people she had never spoken to before, and she was having fun. As the game ended, Sarah pulled Melanie aside. "You're doing great," she said with a wink. "I knew you'd have fun." Melanie smiled, feeling a little proud of herself. "Yeah, I guess I'm not so nervous anymore." "Good. Because there's one more thing we have to do," Sarah said mischievously. "What's that?" Melanie asked, raising an eyebrow. "You'll see," Sarah said with a grin, leading her outside to the backyard. In the backyard, a group of people were sitting around a fire pit, roasting marshmallows and chatting. Sarah grabbed a couple of marshmallows and handed one to Melanie. "This is a party tradition," Sarah said. "Every time we have a get-together, we end the night with s'mores." Melanie laughed as she stuck her marshmallow on a stick and held it over the fire. "I guess this makes it official then." As the fire crackled and the marshmallows toasted, Melanie looked around at the group of people sitting around the fire. She felt at ease more than she had in a long time. The music was still playing softly from inside, and the cool night air felt refreshing against her skin. By the time 10 o'clock rolled around, Melanie was sitting on the porch steps, waiting for her mom to pick her up. Sarah sat beside her, chatting about plans for the next weekend. Melanie smiled, her nerves long gone. When her mom's car pulled up, Melanie stood and gave Sarah a quick hug. "Thanks for inviting me," she said. "I had a great time." "Anytime," Sarah said. "I'm glad you came." As Melanie got into the car and buckled her seatbelt, her mom turned to her with a knowing smile. "Well, how was it?" Melanie smiled, a little tired but happy. "It was really fun," she said. "I'm glad I went." The car pulled away from the curb, and Melanie leaned back in her seat, thinking about the night. It had been a great party, and more importantly, she had proven to herself that she could step outside her comfort zone. As the car drove through the quiet streets, Melanie felt a sense of accomplishment. This was just the beginning of many more fun nights with friends.